Good morning. Welcome to Business. The Food and Beverage Association of Ghana has described 2018 as one of the most challenging years for its members. This is because of the introduction of the tax stamp policy, the cargo tracking note system by government, as well as the unstable cedi. Here's the Executive Secretary of the Association, Samuel Agri.
You look at the introduction of the paperless. Let me start from them, because that was a major policy that was introduced, and initially we thought we were going to face a lot of challenges, though the challenges were, but they were surmounted, and government intend to improve the system as it were. And the other one also has to do with the 3% flat rate that also came on board, which we said was not good for business, especially if it comes to the informal sector. So we had expected that something would have been done about it, but nothing was done, and therefore we need to push on with the same policy as it were. And then came the CTN, which also was a tall order, because the requirements of this policy were not business friendly.
The National Food and Buffer Stock Company is expected to inaugurate new warehouses today at Tamale in the northern region. This is part of efforts by government to ensure the sustainability of the Ghana Commodity Exchange by providing warehouses and storage facilities for its operations. CEO Abdul Hanan Wahab spoke to Joy Business ahead of the inauguration.
You see, the Commodity Exchange, what they are doing is that it is also a form of guaranteeing farmers of market. Like I made mention of the minimum guarantee price. It is only when we announce the floor price or the minimum guarantee price that the Commodity Exchange can then receive produce from farmers. What it is that when they bring their produce, it will be graded and accepted. It has to be passed. They will be given some coupon that would enable them to go to the banks, and if they want to place it and then sell it later, or if they need their cash immediately, all those options are there. So Commodity Exchange will also, the ones that the Commodity Exchange are paying outright to the farmers now belongs to the government. Buffer stock also make good use of it. We have the government subvented institutions, so through that we can also take the food items there and then supply to the government subvented institutions, or we can also use them also as a long-term storage, depending on the period. You understand? Okay. So we are actually working hand in hand together. Okay. So we see them more of a marketing arm, to the buffer stock, because they are just responsible for providing them with the market, and those who want it's a trading platform.
In other news this morning, Vodafone Ghana says it is not required to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange now as part of their 4G licensing requirement. The company says government already has a significant stake in the business. Now, mobile operators, as part of the 4G license obligations, are supposed to offload some 30% of their business to indigents by going public. Here's Chief Executive Yolanda Cuba speaking to Joy Business.
For me, really, it's around timing, around issues of listing. We have to look at our balance sheet. We said we need to fix our balance sheet. We have to fix the sustainability of our income statement, and then only can we talk about any kind of listing. Because people want to actually invest in a company that is sustainable over the long term. Mm-hmm. And that's really where we're trying to get the company to. That's why we went for the balance sheet restructure. That's why we've gone for the 4G spectrum. And that's why we're actually working on our income statement to make sure that we are a sustainable business. So I can't give you timing because I don't control timing. As management, what we do is we actually fix everything that needs to be fixed within the business and actually make sure that the company is sustainable. The decision on when to list and how to list is actually that of shareholders. So as management, we don't actually play around in that decision. It's really the decision of the government of Ghana and Vodafone Group.
But elsewhere, U.S. retailer Sears is nearing a crucial deadline that could determine whether it survives. The bankrupt company has set today as the deadline for potential buyers to bid for the company's assets. Sears wants someone to buy about 500 of its stores and the Kenmore appliance brand to keep it and Kmart open for business. Sears told the bankruptcy court it has interest from multiple parties, but the only public bidder for those assets is a hedge fund controlled by Sears chairman Eddie Lampert, who is the company's largest creditor and served as CEO until his bankruptcy. He's offering $4.6 billion for those operating assets. Lampert says his plan will let 50,000 Sears employees keep their jobs. The company had 68,000 workers at the time of his bankruptcy filing. Lampert is not offering to put up much new cash. Instead, he wants to forgive about $1.8 billion of the debt he owes from Sears. Lampert has until Friday to make that bid official. If he doesn't, and if no other bidders arrive, Sears will have a critical decision to make. It could extend the deadline, or it could decide to accept defeat and begin a plan to close all its stores and liquidate its assets. A liquidation would probably take months to complete. That's all in business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Daniel takes over after this break.